honored today to have Ivy as our general evaluator. As one of best friend of Zhanghua Bank Toastmaster Club, Ivy always give us valuable and comments and advice with energetic and hilarious tone. So let's welcome today's general evaluator, Ivy.
Today's word of the day is
Holiday.
Right. How many people use these words? Not many. Yes. Now, our first priority in our life, what it is? It's yourself, okay? So to me, work and life, it doesn't really have the balance. It's up to you. Why? What kind of life that you wanted to have? What kind of things that you wanted to sacrifice to have this kind of life? So, to me, there's no balance between work and life. There's only negotiations and sacrifice to have those life that you want. So these are my feedbacks. For this part, evaluations, we have 8 new members today, right? So for evaluation, this is the moment that we as a mirror to give you suggestions from the other angles. For people like new members or me, we standing on the stage, we felt nervous and we feel blank. Our brain just went blank. And all of a sudden, there's so many people are staring at you, right? And even your supervisor was sitting there and staring at you. What are you going to do? Controlling your fear and continue your speech. So here's the session that we will invite several people to help you, to give you suggestions. And now let's give our first individual evaluator, also one of our members from Zhanghua Bank. And this is her first time to be the individual evaluator. So I'm sure she's so nervous, very nervous. But after I spoke to her, I think she should be okay to control the fear when she's standing on the stage. So our first individual evaluator will be Jamie. Jamie, the comment to the thing, the balance between work and life. She say, work hard, party hard. So let's welcome Jamie.
Thank you, Ivy. I have butterflies in my stomach, actually. Thank you for, where's Alan? Okay. Thank you for sharing the ideas of inspirational movie of yourself. And that was a well-delivered speech, and I noticed several things you have improved from your last speech. And the thing that most stood out to me is that you're using simple words and story to help to drag the audience in the opening to the focus that everyone, when they are unfocused, they are boring. So I know that, before the conversation we had before the meeting, you said that you are working on especially using the simple words and also the stories to logically drag the audience to know what you are going to deliver. And I really think that you are really focusing on and you are working on. And when I know there's a counter that she's counting your unnecessary words, and I found out that you are using less for compared to your last speech. You did a great job. And also I noticed that you're delivering your speech in faster, and I feel a little bit rushed. And for me to giving you some humble suggestion that you may be focusing on the pace that you're preparing for your next speech. And also, I was hoping that maybe you can have, to summarize that, I really impressed by your speech that you're using the story of the movie, The Small Guy, and that you are metaphor to the lifestyle that you are focusing on. You want everyone to know that you are working on, really working on yourself, and you really hope that you can use the story, the idea to inspire everyone to following that kind of lifestyle idea. And also you have told us that you have the priority that you can know, you do know work is more focusing on you. So I see a great deal of improvement comparing to your last speech. It's about your wording, your story, and also your taking a look to everyone, to your audience, that engage everyone to listen to your speech. So in the future, I suggest you to use your strength using simple words, and also keep on the good to the preparing for your next speech in your pathway. And I'm really looking forward to hearing more excellent speech in your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, can you tell the numbers from Jamie?
No.
No, right? So I'm sure that Jamie practiced a lot before she came on the stage. So this is how we want to learn from a member to another member. So I hope that Ellen, I really enjoy your speech. You are so passionate about those movies, and the speech is so powerful. I thought I was already in the World War II, ready to fight, and I thought I am the hobbies ready to fight with you. So I think those are the experience and personal stories from Alan. This is a wonderful. I have been joining Toastmaster, Jump Bank Toastmaster since the day one. So Alan, I know you for a long time. I can say that. So you do improve a lot. So continue to do that. And our second individual evaluator is David. And David is from
Pecco Toastmaster.
Pecco Toastmaster.
And Library Toastmasters.
And
Do remember.
And do remember. So that's why we normally we only join one Toastmaster. But for a passionate person like David, he willing to sacrifice his time to separate himself as a two David to join two Toastmasters, and also to separate himself to another one to support CHB Toastmaster. So I think this is what we call life-work balance. Right? Just separate yourself as the multiple characters. And David already joined Toastmaster for 4 years since the college.
Yeah,
while you
graduate
study
school.
graduate school since you study in
National Central University.
中央大学.
Yes.
Yes. And he still continued to doing this and helping other people. So David will be the second individual evaluator to evaluate James Wong. My previous boss name is also James Wong. Yeah. So that's welcome,
careful, man.
David.
Moral dilemma. Wow, such an interesting topic in philosophy. Today, I need to share my appreciation to our handsome guy, James speech, because you give us a really interesting journey of thinking about the issue in philosophy. Also think about the issue in justice. Today, I really love your speech for 3 parts. The first part is the content. You apply a situation in a very famous book, Justice, the Justice, which is also one of the famous course in Harvard University, taught by a very wisdom professor, Michael Sandel. You use the content to support your idea, to support your topic, moral dilemma. And also in your opening part, you use a very clear sentence to have imagination. Imagination. That is, imagine you are in a situation that you cannot decide something, so that you can have the audience have some imagination to think about the issue. Moral dilemma. So, and additionally, you use a very clear vocabulary to describe your sentence, to have the audience to more involved in your speeches and have an imagination of the moral dilemma. So in your speech, I noticed these three things to have a very interesting journey of philosophy. Also, in your body language, you have some special gesture to support your ideas so that we can clearly get something from your speech. And to help you improve your speech, I have a few recommendations to help you improve your speech. The first one is the conclusion part. I noticed that your speech time is about 5 minutes to 6 minutes. I also suggest you have a conclusion to help the audience review what you have already shared in your story. And the next part is the body language. I noticed that you can use the stage widely to have more interaction with the audience, so that they can follow your step, follow your path to get involved in your speech more. And the last but not least is the eye contact, because I noticed that you focus only few specific area to deliver your speech. Maybe you have more eye contact with all of the audience to share your personal story. All in all, I really love your speech because you give us a wonderful journey of philosophy to think about the topic, moral dilemma. And you have a very clear vocal variety and clear opening, and you have special gesture to support your idea. Maybe you can work on the conclusion and your movement and the body language part. I believe your speech will be more wonderful and have more astonished work in the future. Thank you, January Badger.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And also thank you for James give us a wonderful speech talking about the moral dilemma. I think that this is a topic that is all out of our imaginations, because I thought that I would hear some story about his personal life experience or travel experience or working experience. But no, it's about an article. It's about our future. It's about the worries that those technology will bring us. So this is a quite thoughtful speeches that thank you, James, to give us. And I also love the confidence while you're standing on the stage and talk very smoothly and calm to your audience. Although you didn't, when you're standing on stage, the first 10 seconds, you are kind of like too nervous, cannot get a perfect opening. That is a suggestion that I will give it to you. Next time, when you're standing on the stage, think about a powerful opening, such as a questions. Do you want this kind of technology in your life, in your future? Do you want someone to drive your car for you? This kind of a question, as always, can get the audience attention. So this is my suggestion. And our next individual evaluator will be Foster. Foster came from KPMG Toastmaster, also working KPMG. And Foster is a responsible person, and always, whenever you say you want to join or attend KPMG, he will be the one to standing downstairs and waiting for everyone. And Foster is what we call like Iron Man. Why? Because whenever we join KPMG's Toastmaster, he would be several parts in that sessions. For example, IT person to adjust the lights and computers, and also while he's doing that, he also be a timer. And sometimes he has to be an eye counter. So let's welcome Foster.
Justin, I like your speech very much. And I also believe when VP asks you, can you deliver your speech at next meeting, you will say, yes.
Yes.
I like your opening. You use the dialogue to catch all audience attention. And also, I like your story about McDonald's transfer the money. And you also tell us how do you find a way to tell many people make this solution successful. And also tell you other story about when you say yes and start your way to achieve the goal. To help you speak from good to professional, I have a suggestion for you.
Okay.
First, because I noticed you test your headset when you're on the stage, but if you saw the contest, international contest before, they will prepare the headset when they entering the stage. So if you on the stage, you will make sure you all prepared, so you can test your headset before you on the stage.
Okay.
And the next suggestion is about you. I saw you raise your gesture and wait the and I was just because you're not sure when you make some gesture, you need a special response from your audience, so you can assign some key person understand your gesture, and when they give us, and other people will know to give us to you.
Okay, I will improve that. Did you help me? Yes. Solve it.
The final suggestion is about you. We know your key to success is to say yes. And I think you can shorten your course about the story of the McDonald's and have allot more time to have interaction to the audience. Maybe you can assign someone to answer your question. For example, Kevin, will you say yes or blah blah, and you can have some interaction with her. That will make all audience know the power of the yes. All in all, I like your speech and look for your next speech. General evaluation.
Very good. And the next one is the one who introduced the word of the day priority to us. That is Carrie. Carrie from EY Toastmaster, EYT Toastmaster, Ernest & Young Toastmaster. So let's welcome Carrie to show us how to use priority in your speech.
Well, it's me again. Thank you for our Toastmasters mention the word of the day priority. So, what's your priority so far? I will just mention a very good explanation about the work-life balance. There's no balance. And she said about negotiation.
Yes.
Sacrifice. And I will add one word, is compromise. So how come those negative words could replace work-life balance? Because life is so hard. For my part, language evaluation, I will mention some, let's start from the good part. Many people on the stage, they will say, I'm so nervous. So to express their feeling. So today, one person show us another good replacement to show your nerves on the stage. You can use have butterfly in somebody's stomach. Means that you feel very strange about your stomach, and that sentence refers to you are nervous. So when you're on the stage next time, you can not say nervous anymore. You can use other sentences. This is a very good sentence, a very likely one. In the very beginning, we know that we have new members today. Induction. So what's induction? The word means. It's a formal act or a process of placing someone into a new role or a new position. Some Toastmaster club will use another synonym, is inauguration. That's the same definition, similar definition about to induction. And compromise, very good word. When the new members on the stage, what's your compromise? What's your promise? Promise is a statement telling people what you will definitely do in the future. That's compromise. So new members, please remember your promise when you did on the stage. The next word is talent. Talent means people have special ability to do something well. So if you want to describe a person, she has or he has full of talents, you could say he is a talented person. Plus ed, you could express she is very excellent at something or in some field. And I heard people said most impressed have to plus ed as well. Something that impressed me the most, or I feel impressed about something, is adjective. When you describe your feeling, use adjective or plus ed. And close iPhone. How to close iPhone? Like this. Yeah, close iPhone, you could use switch off or turn off your iPhone. And another is, this is my end. When you speak to the end, you could say that's all about my feelings, or this is my answer, or in summary about something, to make a very complete of your sentences or your speech. You could practice more time. Try how to speak more fluently and to express your feelings, your ideas more completely. I think going on, I feel so happy that today we can use so many different words, so many talented people, and I feel so impressed about today's meeting. So back to our general evaluation today.
Continue is our timer report. Timer. Starting with the prepared speech. Starting with the prepared speech. So, timer.
6 minutes and 33 seconds.
33. Jason.
5, 30,
5 minutes and 33.
6 minutes, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. For table topics,
1 minute,
1 minute,
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Carry some, 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
7 seconds.
Victor, 1 minute, 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
Here's 1 minute and 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And 1 minute, 17 seconds.
For evaluations,
Johnny, 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
9 seconds.
David, 3 minutes and 32 seconds.
Oh. Foster.
3 minutes and 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Okay, thank you so much for our outcomes report. Where?
Here.
Yes.
First one is 4.
What?
1,
1.
1. Enter, 1, 1. 3, 4, 1, 2. Jamie. 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. So thank you so much. And what we're going to do, let me explain a little bit why we need to write down those time and odds. Because we need to remember during a whole meeting, timing control is so important. You don't want to have a long meeting and nobody want to do the conclusion or end of the meeting. It's too late. over the lunch hour. So that's why we need to control those meeting times. And for those prepared speech, it's 5 to 7 seconds. And so it's all qualified. And for table topics, it's 1 to 2 minutes. And it's all qualified. And for the evaluator, it's 2 to 3 minutes, no longer than 30 seconds. So, David, you need to work hard. So for the eye counter, why we count those odds? If you are paying attention what I'm saying, since the first minute to now, you will know that I don't have odds. Why? Because I pause. Because whenever I'm thinking about the words, I don't know what to say, I will just do that small pause. If I continue like will you think? How would you feel? You will feel like, I'm not sure what we're going to tell. I will tell you, I am not sure about the whole situation. I am not sure the information that I gave to you, if that is correct or not. So, take out those odds will definitely make you more convincing to your audience, okay? So now, it's my general evaluations. So, how you can make your meeting more perfect, more efficient, and more smoothly. 4 things. The first thing is the rundown. What we call is the agenda. So, we have this super detailed agenda. What we're going to do is follow the agenda. How easy is that, right? But how come the meeting goes wrong? Second thing is the helpers. When Kara standing on the stage doing computers, PowerPoints, lights, and all that, don't you feel a little bit don't know what to do? We sit there and staring at Kara, but Kara is busy for the computer things. Don't you feel she needs some helper? Not just one, it's helpers, right? So better find a lot of helpers to run this meeting more smoothly. And the other thing is the technical issues. This is what we hated so much. Technology helps us a lot, but also creates a lot of dilemma for us, right? Cell phone. Put your cell phone away. You can just say this. It's so easy, so simple. Or switch my cell phone from iPhone to Nokia. We cannot forget the Nokia, $1 Nokia. So those are the technology issues that we need to solve the problem. But how? Come to the meeting early before you even start, to test before you even start. And also, the next one, very next one, is imaginations. Why? Before we even start the meetings, before we even write down the script, agenda, did you use your imaginations to imagine how the meeting would be very serious meeting, or happy meeting, or creative, or educational? Use your imagination to run all the agendas, to give yourself a bigger pictures. This is your stage, this is your time. Every little session, you can use those 4 things to help yourself to conquer your fear, and also to create a balance, a perfect meetings. So at the beginning, that we have a perfect opening with our Yulong. Yulong is so confident, standing on the stage, super calm person, and doesn't really make any mistake. So, what to improve, right? That moment, starting from you connected to your speakers. When your speaker like Ellen with a powerful ending and everybody's laughing. But you show up as, thank you, thank you, thank you. So at that moment, the temperature from 100 dropped down to minus 100. So I would say that continue those atmosphere, continue the Ellen's atmosphere to your next speakers. Match their style. You got to change your style and to match those audience, those speakers. Then that will make sure this job more perfect. And goes to our Kara, very detailed. I love those introductions, very detailed and very useful. But a little bit awkward is you're the one who is like hyper feeling in the stage, and while everybody is staring at you, and then how about standing still in the stage because you're jumping around? I was staring at you, I kind of got dizzy after 10 seconds. So stand still, okay? This is your stage, control your fear. And how about eye contact with your audience? How to conquer the feeling with the eye contact with the audience. They're so nervous. They were staring at you. What are you going to do, right? How I did is, take off my glasses. Everybody's so pretty, and I cannot make any eye contact. But while at the same time, I can make a perfect eye contact with everyone. Then the next one is our speakers. I love all our speeches. This is your stage, and I really enjoy, Alan, your speech is so perfect, so good. But how about slow it down? You're too exciting about those movies. So how about slow it down, slow it down. When you play the World War II children, how about those feelings, controlling your feelings? If anybody saw those movies, Darkest Moment,
Yes,
you do know that
I know that.
it's convincing and slow and powerful, not hyper and powerful, so it's different. And to our next speaker, I already say I really enjoy different topics bring us a different viewpoints of different things. So I really enjoyed that. For our Justine, the speech as always, the smile as always, as always, as always, good audience feedbacks as always, and technical issue as always. Create those dramas in your speech. So yes, I would say that next time, how about just not using microphone or not using this?
Okay.
It's all at the beginning, and we always need to wait. So, two things. Don't use this.
Okay.
Second things. Standing right there, and before they introduce you, try to do this, okay?
Thank you.
And then the next one is our first time table topics master. I think you did a wonderful job. You have this opening body, which is ask people questions, and also the conclusions. Tell us your feedbacks. And one more thing is, table topic session is not the volunteering section. So you don't give them the chance to volunteer to answer those questions. Just point at those people that you don't like or that you really enjoy, that you really want to hear those answers. Those people that you might don't have a chance to ask that question. So like Carol, right? So those are the sessions that you don't give them the time to prepare. If you go to the interview session with Carol, Carol asks you a question. Can you say, give me 10 seconds. Let me think about that. No, there's no room for you to have those 2 seconds to think about those questions. So I would say that all in all, in today's meeting, we all experienced the first time as a timer, counter, table topic, i.e. Those are the precious experience that you can learn from Toastmaster. Work life never had the balance. Is this your work or this is your life? Come on, tell me the answer.
Life.
Live,
Yeah, live.
right? Good answer. No, it's combined both.
Oh, okay.
Work life never had those balance. Why you want to sacrifice the Sunday morning and sitting here and preparing speech and those suffering moments, right, before the meetings? Why? Because I can guarantee you, after this meeting, you will feel, thank God that I joined Toastmaster and thank God that I sacrificed my morning. At least you learn something, not sitting in Mayor Man or some others or staying late in bed. So this is what we're going to learn from each others. And how I learned this is from several models. So can you become me, Kara?
Yes.
Yes.
You pause.
This is what my task to you. I hope after 2 months you can be just like me. Control the stage, never had a blank into those sessions. So controlling your audience, controlling those feedbacks. Those feedbacks come from their eye contact, their smile, their if anybody is playing their cell phones. So control them, you can control all the people, even your boss. So thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Woo!